The wolves are hungry and hunting by moonlight. The torch is lit. I am born again. I have come for Father's flock. As we speak, I have already quietly taken the soul of my church. With it came the most obedient. They were few. The emptiness that manifests has started to cause the remaining congregants to worship in larger crowds and shift to bigger houses. But still, only chaos can fill the emptiness. Be aware of imposters that use your church and your trust for personal financial gain. There's no amount of earthly wealth that can change the celestial truth. Woe unto them, for they have gone the way of Cain, and ran greedily after the error of Balaam for reward, and perished in the gainsaying of Kor. The changes will be significant, but they will occur gradually. It will be much like the metaphor or the premise of the boiling frog syndrome. Religion is now at its most profitable. The Jews preach for Christ, the Christians share a God's home with the Muslims. This is a time when masters lay with slaves, when knights slay with their kings, when science becomes a direct challenge to the Word of God.
Okay.
A man named Harold Camping will produce 2 dates of significance. On the first date, I will appear from a cloud for all eyes to see, and I will share this moment that you and I share now. This will be the beginning of many days of judgment. With the sheep to my left and the goats to the right, we will comfort sorrow and celebrate the joys of spirit. On the last day of judgment, the sun will remain in the sky longer than any other day. That day will too eventually slip into the horizon, and then we say goodbye.
It's good to know that I'll still have my time to get my shit together.
No, you might not be here.
How could you say that to me?
Listen to me.
No, I'm done humoring you. I'm done with this interview.
Stop! These are revelations I'm giving you, and you still think this is a TV show. You're not here by choice. I called you here. You're not leaving. You're done talking. Let the tape roll. I'm going to tell you about the 3 sons now. 3 boys. 2 of these boys, their fathers begin poor, but make their wealth either directly or indirectly through oil. The 3rd boy's family rises to prominence during the scourge of the Nazi regime, but it is his father who extends their wealth also through oil. Now, these 3 boys are raised in very privileged environments, freed from the grind that burdens most. This freedom allows them to live lives that most others cannot even imagine. These boys have the time to make loftier plans, to look beyond survival and provisions. Their minds are truly free to explore the riches of the imagination. They are like gods in their escapades. These boys aren't as concerned with being humane as they are with their plans for humanity. Collectively, these boys are the false prophets of the Unholy Trinity. The first boy is Saddam Hussein's youngest son and heir. Hussein's role is simple. He is merely a symbol of gluttony. Qusay Hussein and his family believe in nothing, and the rise to power is solely for power's sake. They will lay claim to having great strength as rulers. This is false. They are more like rabid dogs whose minds have succumbed to the paranoia of disease. Horribly violent, this family is a plaything for the devil. He takes great joy in using the Husseins to explore all aspects of human misery. This family will ultimately serve as a decoy, a sacrifice to propagate the other 2 boys onto this stage of righteousness in their respective regions. The second boy, Osama bin Laden, will be the warrior general's son of Muhammad. He will be the living embodiment of the prophet of false prophets. He will do all things to lead people further away from God. He will make promises of reward in heaven for sacrifice now. Of course, this is a false claim. These rewards are non-existent things that he cannot deliver. He will be the only beneficiary from the deceit he lays before his brothers. The third boy will grow to be the heart of the false prophet. He will be extremely insecure and struggle with addictions. He will be surrounded by Judas, and he will be manipulated to claim false intent. He will steal power from the free. He will bring war to the world. He will claim to do the work of God, but he will act with the spit of the dragon. He will be the son of a president, and he too will be president. George W. Bush, Qudai Hussein, and Osama bin Laden will be the privileged offspring of an oil economy and the symbol of its morality. These boys will neither yield the compassion of man nor retain even a semblance of the vibrant wisdom of youth's innocence. The Antichrist of the Unholy Trinity is not human. It is liquid where I am flesh. It is greed where I am benevolent. It is an inanimate object where I am life. The Antichrist is oil. It is evil manifested in temptation. It wills man to destroy his environment, to place its needs before that of his own physical and mental health, to anguish for profit above the love of his wife and child. Oil is the snake in the garden without the least promise of knowledge, but with an abundance of peril. I tell you now, Earth produces oil and will continue to do so long after we are gone. But it can no longer keep up with our current and growing consumption rate. And this, the devil is taking advantage of. Here, we suck the lubricant from Earth tectonic plates and become surprised when Earth bones violently grind us into the worst quakes we can imagine. Here, we suck the coolant that protects us from the fires at Earth's core, only to wake up on warmer days and wonder why. We pulled back the veil of the apocalypse. Behind it, a mirror will show us our reflection. It is our consumption that will consume us.